Alright, gonna queue up a 10-0. Let's see. Having played for about a week and a half and still have to update the previous study that I created, but it should be out probably within the next week. Already unsure what this opening is, but doesn't mean it's not going to transition into something else. My first thought was to go here to block this, but he can probably play it anyway. D6 or D5. D5 allows the knight to come in here whenever it wants. Probably just play D6 just to develop. Try to hit C4 or C5. Yeah, C5 seems fine. If he takes, he's not going to take there. I can move in here now. He can't push. He's kind of blocked the queen from coming in here. Now, my first thought is here to try to put more pressure there. His structure's a little strange here. I feel like it is anyway. I don't know if that's true. I have this idea. Forcing... I don't know what his force is, actually. What plans do I have here? If I come here, he'll either move the bishop again, which doesn't really help me. May just slide up here, which is probably a little bit of a better spot. I think I'll just develop here because I do want to have pressure here. Didn't mean to put that on the knight. First thought is to not trade. Why go there? It was really just kind of creating a weakness later that I may be able to exploit. Okay, now he's threatening to push here, so I feel like I have to take here, open up the diagonal, and then get my rook here. I have this intermezzo idea. Now the bishop will have to slide back. Probably not the biggest problem for him. I don't really like that move because he slides back, I slide my rook over, and then he kicks me away. So doesn't really create a huge weakness. I will just, maybe I can hit it right away, actually. D5, if he pushes, that's a weakness. If he takes, then I've got an isolated queen's pawn here. I will push here. I think I'll just slide the queen, rook over, just to play a move. If he slides in here, okay, takes, seems fine. Isolated queen's pawn now. This knight now has this square, which is kind of nice now that this weakness is here. I have some ideas of, okay, he wants to come in here. I think I like the knight here. I get a free place to move in here. Maybe I'll come up here and slide in front of the pawn. Seems like where I want to be. Yeah, it's a little weird. Bishop here, bishop here. I think I've won a piece. Yeah, okay, so I just take here, queen takes, knight comes up, and the rook move protects this. Yeah, it seems like it wins a piece. Don't see any tricks, so that's pretty cool. Winning a piece. If I have a chance, I'll take this rook because I'll keep that idea open. The idea that this pin here is always going to be here because the rook will have to spend time capturing. Let's just slide in. I'm assuming this move, which doesn't actually... okay, I'm still pinning, so there's an idea of this because the queen's kind of stuck there. So I can try this first because I'm still pinning him. Yeah. He didn't resolve the pin, he just protected the rook. Okay, now I can take, or I can do an intermezzo of the bishop. Just developing, hitting this a couple of times. Getting his, yeah, just developing. I think this looks fine first. He can't block it anywhere. He has to go here. So he goes there. I then take bishop takes, I can take his rook, and I'm kind of hitting this a bunch of times. That's my first thought. This is also unprotected. I have to take here, hitting here in some ways. This seems to not win a piece, but put pressure. The problem is he plays here. He is now, I kind of have to play, I think this makes more sense. Queen here, trying to threaten some ideas of taking. His threat is to play d5. Yeah, okay, let's go here first. The threat if I went here was d5, and then he's hitting this and my bishop. Bishop is only protected once, so there is some benefit to him having that diagonal. The negative is his queen is stuck in the corner. Okay, I thought he would do that. I'm kind of protecting everything if I come here, but it's the same problem. No, actually it's not a huge deal because I take the bishop first, so I don't think it was ever a huge deal. He comes here, I take his bishop, and then I win the pawn. Also threatening to take here and really expose his king in whatever way I want, whether I take here or take here after I capture. That's not bad. I probably would want to take here to protect this pawn, but there's ideas of this annoyance. That seems... okay, so I think... If I take with bishop, he takes, and then I could block off his bishop from having any exposure in the game, or any, yeah, I think taking here, because now he's got two things on dark squares, and then I want to block him from any discovers, and then I try to set up, you know, checkmate ideas if I can. I've got a lot of pressure on his queen side, king side, and then I think just this, oh, never mind, okay. For some reason I thought the knight was going to jump in here. He can't get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he could. Okay, so he has blocked the path. I can probably block his path. Block the queen from coming in. Yeah, this seems fine. Just kind of solidify everything. Get the rook here now since I can't go there. Everything is protected. That is kind of annoying that he could jump in here, but it's not life-threatening. I've got more pressure I can put on him. Ideally like this, this, and then hitting that. So now, going here. Yeah, this seems fine. Hitting the knight. If he plays here, I could do this and then slide up. I mean, this is kind of tough to handle, because I'm hitting this as well as this, even if I give up that pawn. So it's not a huge problem. Yeah, he has check. Check doesn't do anything. Just double check. Nothing's under attack. I think coming here, threatening mate in 2 is best. So his check does not do anything. Okay, seems fine. This blocks any checks by the queen once I move here. If it's like check, 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 like if it's check here, I come here, there are no checks that I see anymore. There's the bishop, now that I see it, but I could slide up. Yeah, or even better, I could probably just slide back here, just to avoid any checks. I'm also threatening this pretty quickly. Not right away, but pretty quickly. He could come here, come in there. Seems pretty well controlled. If he can get it. Okay. Not something I thought he would do. I could just take here. Or I can take here. He gets my rook. Let's hit the bishop first. He's not hitting my queen at all. I would love to get a rook here, but I can't. Alright, now I can force a trade. because he's basically going to have to checkmate. Yeah, so like come here, bishop takes? No, not quite. Alright, I think it makes sense to just come here, threatening this weakness, force his queen back. Alright, let's do that first. And if he goes here, I can slide there, actually. It's probably best. And if he takes, I'm up a lot. Gonna win this, have 2 passed pawns, should be fine. Yeah, I don't know what this opening was. It didn't really come down to anything. I'm not sure if there's a study that I can do out of this one, but it's just a game that I played pretty well, I guess. Picked up on the weakness. Yeah, I don't see any issues. The only way to defend mate is there. I can probably just slide back here. Because if I come here, there's check. It's just annoying. I think I'm pretty close to winning, so I could probably just hide out. Yep, take here. I don't see any mates. Maybe there's a mate. Be a weird one. Alright. Let's just create a passed pawn, I guess, or maybe just hit his bishop. Or, sorry, knight. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of anything seems fine. Let's get these pieces uncoordinated first. Because if I go here, he has this idea, so I would like to keep that square covered. I have potential captures here to win if he slides something in here. So like right now. I think I just want to create a pass pawn. Yep, I don't see anything else. Any problems or anything. Create a pass pawn. Yep, it's fine. There's nothing you can really do. Let's see. I don't think I care if he does much. I don't see a mate. I'm trying to imagine a weird mate down here, but I don't see it. Yeah, if he does this, I just push. Alright, good game. I'm just going to run this through the engine real quick because I don't think there's really much to analyze. We can see what the book lines were. This is just turned into a Zukertort, it's called, which is certainly a line. Nimzo-Larsen variation. I don't know, c5 made sense. Was this right? d6, most common, bishop e2. So there's already not many games. Nobody plays bishop e3 or d3, so there's not much to study. Looks like I was just kind of winning from very early on. We're up to almost 2300. Nice. Yeah, just kind of hit the center, develop. Yeah, it's a capture first. c4 seems strange. Capture. Okay, d6 or e5. Just not a great move. I didn't even have to capture first. The knight does want to come here. You want a knight here because it turns into isolated queen's pawn, which that is worth having a study on, and I will at some point. Okay, yeah, didn't like this idea. It liked just developing and putting pressure on this pawn, which makes sense because he can just go there. Yeah, that's just a blunder. So pretty big advantage. Not much you can do. And then he shouldn't really be trading from here. Yeah, like I said, I could have done this right away because push, same thing. I thought that I had to move my bishop first. Yeah, that looks good. This is just a bad combination, hitting nothing. Whether or not I need to do that, probably not. Yeah, just threaten mate seems a little better. He has to prevent mate. If he goes like this, I feel like I'm coming one of these squares. Yeah, I just created a weakness for no reason, so it's not a bad problem, but it is minus a point. Just create a threat. Yeah, okay. This allows him to come in here, which again, not an issue, it's just something to worry about. It actually does have some sort of mistake here. What should I play instead? Threat mate. Okay. Yeah, lost 2 points there. Not really anything he can do. Take, moves. Yeah, I never really thought of going here. That was always my plan for some reason. Something to consider. About 5 times I missed that move. Okay. Yeah, I think that was a pretty good game. Up to 2294. Not bad.